Hello, movie friends. Welcome back to the show. Hope you've had a great weekend so far. It's been an interesting week of news. Disney had their big expo, so they announced a ton of their titles and released some trailers.
And we're filming this Saturday morning, so Saturday night we'll have some more announcements. But this is everything we're going to go over from Saturday morning.
Yeah, so far that we know of. And not everything got images or trailers released, but there were a few things. Everything else got either a generalized release dates or yearly release dates.
The title reveal like Marvel did.
So they're launching a ton of stuff outside of their Marvel brand, and Star Wars. So they have a lot of things going on. Also, it was a very lackluster weekend at the box office overall, but there was a really great new film, Barbarian, which we just reviewed yesterday that had a really promising box office.
Spoiler free, so go check it out. We didn't spoil anything.
Yeah, we loved the film, and it opened and led the box office with a $9 million opening weekend, which is great for a low-budget horror film. We had a great time. We hope as any fans of horror, go check that film out. The filmmakers did a remarkable job, so congrats on 20th Century Studios on their #1 hit in this very slow weekend. Also, a new Indian release, Brahmastra Part 1 Shiva, it is in second place in the American box office with 4 million. This is apparently a big release around the world. Bullet Train is in third place with 3.3 million.
Still making money. Wow.
Yeah, still chugging along. See what I did there?
Oh my gosh.
Still chugging along. And then Top Gun just never seems to die. $3 million at the box office, rounding out number 4. So the top 4, pretty mediocre, but good news for Barbarian and fans of horror.
Slow weekend, but that's awesome. We loved Barbarian, so go check it out. Go into it blind. We had a blast. It's so cool to see multiple small-budget horror films this year find so much success. You know, this is a low budget. I mean, $9 million might not seem like a lot of money, but for a movie that was probably had a budget of half of that, it's a great weekend. So really excited for that. Same thing with the Black Phone. We have 2 new origin stories that were released at D23. So Mufasa, the Lion King. How did Mufasa become king is the first origin story.
Where did the Circle of Life come from?
Coming out of D23. And then another D23 origin story. We have Wish, and this will be an origin story, I shit you not, of the star that Disney characters wish upon's origin story.
Are you serious?
So it's the origin story of the star.
Oh my god.
So they are going...
So like when Wish Upon a Star?
They're thinking outside the box. You thought they couldn't go far enough with Disney origin stories, but man, they are pushing the boundaries, literally.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I thought the Mufasa one was a joke at first.
Me too.
Until I checked the news, because we were sent it by our fans, and then I looked into it. It was actually Disney posted it. I was like, oh my god, Mufasa origins.
Then Scar origins.
Wish Upon a Star origins.
How did Scar get his scar?
Oh my god.
This will probably tell that story. But before we get more into D23, there's a Glass Onion teaser trailer, a Knives Out mystery, the second film in this franchise. Very excited to check it out.
It's not an origin story.
It's not an origin story.
It's not Benoit Blanc origin story. Thank God.
So excited for Rian Johnson's sequel to come out on Netflix this year around Christmas time, I believe.
Yeah, it'll be December.
And the teaser looks awesome. It barely showed anything.
It's basically just an announcement.
A bunch of great characters showing, and Dave Bautista looks hilarious in it, and obviously Benoit Blanc, Danny Craig's coming back. Craig is coming back, so
yeah, they didn't even show anything. It's just basically like the movie. This is the movie.
The movie
is
exists.
Coming out. It's like an announcement, we'll get a full trailer closer to December. So I'm sure we'll get one in the fall.
Let's run through some more D23 announcements.
It's pretty intense. So they have a huge lineup coming out in the next couple of years, both in theaters as films and then on Disney Plus as TV series. So The Haunted Mansion is going to be coming out. This is their next major release for the start of 2023 on March 10th, 2023. Then The Little Mermaid will be coming out a few months after that on May 26, 2023.
We also got the trailer for that.
We got the teaser trailer for Little Mermaid. It looks like a lot of fun, really well made. They did not show Ursula. They're probably saving Melissa McCarthy's Ursula for the full trailer. But I think it looks like a really lovely adaptation of the animated classic.
Really lovely.
Yeah, it does.
Really lovely.
And next up, we have Inside Out is getting a sequel. So far, Amy Poehler and a couple of cast members are returning. I don't know how they're going to do a sequel. I mean, I guess they're just like, whatever.
Origins, how did they get right side out?
Snow White has been announced as coming out in 2024. There's no release date yet, but it will be coming out in 2 years.
This is the Rachel Zegler one, right? The live action.
Exactly. And then Iwaju is a new animated series set in Nigeria that will be coming out on Disney Plus in 2023. Tron Identity, a new video game by Disney set in the Tron world, will be coming out next year.
On the grid.
On the grid.
Origins. Where did Tron get his identity?
They're actually hitting video games really hard. I think they've learned that video games are a great place that young viewers are getting their content.
And they're becoming so advanced.
Yeah, so there's also...
I got a PS5 just because of Hogwarts. So
there's going to also be a Marvel AR video game from the makers of Pokemon Go. So augmented reality.
You'll be able to fight Captain America on your street. Fuck you, Steve.
I can do this all day, bitch.
Oh, we're going rated R today.
I'll cut it out. And then we also have a Black Panther and Captain America video game in the works as well. There's no release dates for these games, so we'll have to keep an eye out for those.
The Marvel ARs next year.
Next year, okay.
Liar.
Well, you didn't put them in, so I figured they're not.
You didn't ask.
It would have been nice if you put them in.
You just assumed. Why don't you get off your jump to conclusions, Matt Anthony?
It would have been nice if you did your job.
you gotta bleep out a lot of stuff today.
Next up for releases in non-video games, there's going to be a Disney Plus TV series called Peter Pan and Wendy, which will be coming...
Origins.
It's going to be coming out 2023. We don't know what month yet, but sometime in 2023. And then Disenchanted, which is a sequel to Amy Adams' film Enchanted, is going to be coming out this year on November 24th on Disney Plus. They just released the trailer. Looks very charming and sweet. Amy Adams is awesome. And the entire cast is coming back. Dempsey's coming back as well. And next up, that's it for Disney so far.
Well, Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh, yeah, Hocus Pocus.
Disney. So the trailer came out for the sequel to that classic Halloween spooky film. Everyone reprising their roles. A couple streaming notes. Amazon has canceled its show Paper Girls after its first season. It just debuted a month and a half ago.
It was being promoted heavily at Comic-Con just a couple months ago.
Already canceled that. So
they'll probably try to shop it. The makers and producers, they're probably going to try to shop it to another app. So you might see it end up on Hulu or something.
And then, so Rings of Power Episode 3 came out. We're just making an announcement that because of the workload with all these new shows coming out with House of Dragon, we're just going to do a full season review of Rings of Power when it's done instead of weekly review episodes. But we're going to stick to the weekly reviews for House of Dragon. We're going to try to do it for Andor too. It's just the workload's becoming really, really large for doing these every week for all these shows, in addition to all the other content and episodes we make. So Rings of Power will do a entire season review when the show is finished. But we watched the episode 3 the other night. More news. Tyler Perry has shared a new image and trailer from A Jazzman's Blues ahead of the Toronto International.
You got it.
It's Toronto Independent Film Festival.
He made a movie. It's called Jazzman's Blues.
Whoa.
It's actually his passion project. He's trying to get made for a long time. They released some images and trailers, and then it's going to premiere at Toronto. So he's actually, he apparently put everything into it. So it's something he's been wanting to make for a long time. Also, Criterion Channel, my favorite streaming app. It's the best.
Wall-E.
They have added Wall-E to their slate of their library. It's the first ever Pixar movie on Criterion Channel. If you guys have never subscribed to Criterion Channel, I highly recommend it. It is the best.
It's pretty great.
Catherine Keener has been added to the Joker sequel. So we just announced last week that Brendan Gleeson got added to the cast, and Catherine Keener, another terrific veteran actor. I think a great choice. Can't wait to see her in that.
We have a new trailer for My Policeman, the new Harry Styles movie, who is hot in the presses after spitting on Chris Pine. I saw what I saw. I can't change my mind. Also, we posted a great clip of Tom Cruise on top of a plane, speaking to camera, promoting his new film, Mission Impossible 7, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Dark Fate. Dead Reckoning Part 1. Really cool stunt that he did with Macquarie, his filmmaking partner and director of the Mission Impossible movies, in a plane next to him. He's just screaming at the camera, and then the camera does a barrel roll off camera.
The plane does a barrel roll.
The plane. It's incredible. The guy's the man. He's gonna die doing stunts, and I'm here for it.
I don't think he will.
I think he's so talented and skilled that he won't. But still,
he puts so much prep into it to make it as safe as possible.
Single-handedly, saving cinema from itself.
Yeah, Top Gun, no one's seen a movie like this in decades with this kind of staying power at the box office.
It's pretty rare.
It's incredible.
It's really rare. That's still there. I was looking at it the other day. It still made $300,000 plus on a Thursday night. It's just what is going? It's crazy.
Yeah, people like it.
People like it.
There's a new trailer for the War at a remake, All Quiet on the Western Front, starring Daniel Bruhl in this one. It's a Netflix film, but it will also be released theatrically as well.
Limited when it first premieres, and it looks really great. I think Netflix finally made a really great movie. We'll see.
We'll see.
It looks very
Remember
much
what I said
like
about Netflix.
It looks very much like 1917, but I mean, it's a great story. It's a great book. I'm sure a lot of you read it in school at some point.
It's been made a couple of times.
It won Best Picture in like 1929, I think, when it first came out.
And then there was a 70s
TV
adaptation.
movie came out too. So it's we love war movies. It looks incredible, cinematography, visually stunning. So we'll definitely watch it. We got our first images from Damien Chazelle's Oscar hopeful Babylon, starring Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt. Everyone is very excited about this film, showcasing old Hollywood glamour as silent film stars transition to talkies. We have Tobey Maguire playing Charlie Chaplin as well. And I know a lot of people saw that image of him as Charlie Chaplin and think, like, why does he look so deranged and like coked out of his mind? Charlie Chaplin has a very dark story. I recommend watching the movie Chaplin, starring Robert Downey Jr., which came out in 1990, 1991. It's amazing. It shows the entire life of Charlie Chaplin, one of the most fascinating people to live in the 20th century. And that'll maybe give you a little backstory on like what Charlie Chaplin went through and what his life was like. But cannot wait for this movie.
Yeah, I can't wait for it either. It looks great. Also, what's her name from Ready or Not? Ready or Not. Samara Weaving is also in it, but they didn't. She's not in any of the photos. I think they wanted to release like the big stars. Brad Pitt just looks great, like in that era of clothing with the mustache.
He nails it.
Yeah, he does nail it.
He looks like Aldo Rain.
Yeah, he does. Handmaid's Tale just released its new trailer. It's going to end with its new season. Season 6 is coming out soon, so it's the end of the Gilead saga. I'm sure June's gonna bust some heads in it. We'll see.
New trailer for The Good Nurse, which we talked about last week. They dropped the trailer a few days ago with Eddie Redmayne and Jessica Chastain. Eddie Redmayne plays a nurse who was killing patients, and she plays a nurse who was basically helped stop him. True story, too.
Crazy.
Wild.
Crazy.
Netflix, I believe, as well.
There's a new Western starring Emily Blunt called The English. It'll be coming out in all over theaters, but it's a BBC.
No, it's a miniseries.
BBC miniseries.
Yeah, so it's just coming to BBC.
Yeah, we'll get it here.
Yeah,
on some app.
Yeah, at some point.
It looks cool. Also, there's a new Star Wars TV series that's being cast, and it's in pre-production right now. It's called The Acolyte. And actually, Squid Game star Lee Jung Jae.
Yeah.
Sorry. This guy. It's early. We had a late night.
I let your Shiva go by earlier.
We had a late... How do you say Shiva?
Shiva.
Whatever, man. It was a late night last night. He's actually going to be starring in the series, and they're still casting it right now, but it's probably going to be coming out next year or the year after. So
cool.
Yeah, Disney's hitting Star Wars and real hard on TV.
And we have some House of the Dragon news as well. It had the biggest ever premiere on UK Sky Network. So British network Sky reported this week that House of the Dragon has become the most watched ever HBO title to premiere on UK screens and the most watched premiere on Sky Atlantic, according to the network itself and UK ratings agency Barb. The series premiere episode titled The Heirs of the Dragon was watched by over 4 million people. That's just the UK?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's absolutely insane. So, plus in America and the rest of the world. So
20 million in America.
It's a very popular show, and I believe the ratings even went up for episode 3. It went up like 27%, so that's pretty rare for a TV show mid-season.
With that big of a start. They generally top out in the premiere,
and usually
then
they drop. But it's going up in ratings because this show is really well made, really well written. We are so into it. I think it's one of the best shows of the year so far, and we're only 3 episodes in.
Oh yeah, big time. If you actually do the math, like 20 million viewers just in America, if you count that as tickets sold at a theater, that's like $150 million. That's a big opening weekend for the box office.
Opening.
That means like comparatively that as many people watched it as like saw like Avengers and opening.
That means
weekend.
like 40 million eyeballs.
Yeah,
that's a lot of eyeballs.
That's a lot of eyeballs.
So is that an estimation of not TVs but people?
People.
Gotcha.
For households, they estimated it at 5 million.
Yeah.
Total, which is a lot. When 5 million households watching something is a lot.
A series.
It was more than 3 times as many as Rings of Power's households.
Yeah, because over time it'll. Obviously, it gets a ton of views, but like for like the premiere, that's insane.
Yeah, because they factor in people sharing accounts,
watching it on Wednesday.
So households means like number of HBO accounts that watched
it that day.
Yeah,
what an insane number.
Nicholas Winding Refn is back in TV again with a new TV series called Copenhagen Cowboy. They just released the trailer. It looks like his usual wild, neon-drenched, crazy stuff. I love it.
Yeah, I love the music. I have no
Yeah.
idea what's going on, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to see it.
It's actually premiering at Venice Film Festival, and then it's going to be released. I don't think anyone's bought it yet for distribution yet. So they're shopping it at Venice, probably is my guess.
Someone will pick it up.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta had its finale, its final episode, wrapping up
Congrats.
Donald Glover's show. And we'll see. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with his career after this. But
He's going to be in the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith TV series.
oh yeah, that's right. He's recast
Mr.
that.
Smith. Yeah.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah, he's Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
And so congratulations to that and their production and their crew and 4 years of a great show. That's a really incredible achievement.
Great
And
cast.
That wraps movie news
Like a
number
bow.
64. Just cruising through with so much to talk about. I'm
So
sure.
much. Disney
Like,
is
coming
not
out
slow.
tonight.
Disney
is taking over.
Disney's
Holy
clearly planning world domination.
between Marvel, Star Wars, and their
Disney stuff.
Disney properties, like their films and shows.
It seems like every month there's going to be, in the next 3 years,
There's gonna be 3 projects like every month.
not three, but a major project every month. A major Disney release every month, it seems
It's
like.
bonkers.
Because both TV and film, it seems like there's never going to, they have every gap. Like they have every month on lockdown.
They're gonna get you on movies, TV, and
Video
video
games.
games. It's pretty wild.
Soon they'll be in your home.
They are in your home.
They'll just be chilling with you. It's members of your family, Disney family members.
I'm trying to figure out which corporation is going to become the umbrella corporation from Resident Evil.
Amazon
is it
or
gonna
Disney?
Be Amazon? Is it going to be Disney? I'm not sure yet.
Well, I think Amazon.
Maybe.
People are more reliant on Amazon for everything.
True.
Disney's just entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazon Entertainment's just like, yeah, we got it. It's not our thing.
their
though.
side hustle.
Yeah, it's like their side.
Their
grill.
main
Yeah.
hustle is rugs. They sell a lot of rugs.
We got a rug on Amazon.
Yeah, we did. We got everything. On Amazon. All right, that wraps movie news number 64. Episodes this week we have on Monday, 500 Days of Summer.
Oh, yeah.
Broke that movie down. We love it so much, and you don't want to miss it. We tear Tom Hansen apart, but we still love that movie so much. It's a personal favorite of ours. And then also Thursday, we did an episode on, what was the last one you edited?
Batman and Bruce Wayne.
No, is it that one?
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
Batman. Who's the best Batman? Who's the best Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, we did an epic episode. We both have different picks, and we also did a fan vote for it as well.
Yeah, so find out who the best Batman and best Batman and best Bruce Wayne are in that
Yeah.
episode. And then more stuff coming for you the week after that. And
Big
House of
time.
the Dragon, we will still be doing weekly episodes on that because that show kicks ass.
Oh, yeah.
And we have time to do one show a week. What are we gonna do? House of the Dragon.
Yeah, we just love Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that on Tuesday. Weekly chat on Wednesday.
Tuesday.
And take care, everybody.
Bye.
This episode of Raiders of the Lost podcast has been executive produced through Patreon by our amazing Chosen One patrons, Calvin Cam, Lauren Smertz, Cody Moen, John Agras, Tyler McFly, Anthony DeMeo, and Becca Keene. Thank you so much for contributing to our show. Raiders of the Lost podcast is a mirror image production. Sound mixing done by Jacob Kossler. Opening music by Chase Jackson. Thanks so much for tuning in to Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Find us on all audio streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to check out one of these other videos right here for more content on our favorite films and breaking down all kinds of movie content. Thanks so much.